1,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are.
Thank you and good morning again. Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Before we kick off this morning's conversations, I want to first say thank you to the entire team here at Tobago Updates that has worked tirelessly throughout this hurricane watch. I want to thank persons like Candice Jackson, Mr. Luke James Trim, Adana Kumbi, and the entire production staff and team here at Tobago Updates. The reason why you were updated is because they were here hard at work. So we want to just say thank you to them. And if you were abroad and staying abreast to everything that has been happening in Tobago online through Tobago Updates, go ahead and put your comments in the chat. Let them know. Thank you, Tobago Updates. Thank you, thank you. We here in the diaspora, we have been updated. We have been abreast with all that has been happening because of your hard work. So this morning we say a special thank you, especially to William Nana. Good morning, sir, and thank you for all the hard work that has been done throughout the weekend. Guys, this morning as we get into our conversation, we're talking about grow it yourself. And as we talk about growing it yourself this morning, I have the privilege of speaking in studio with Mr. Maxslon Roberts. Good morning, Mr. Roberts, and how are you?
Good morning, Ms. Felix. Good morning, Tobago, and the wider world. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for being here.
Right, and Mr. Roberts is the project lead officer at the Ministry of Sport and Community Development. And when we're talking about Grow It Yourself, tell the people exactly what that initiative is.
All right, good morning again. So let me start with the genesis of the Grow It Yourself, or what we refer to as the GIY competition. The competition had its genesis originally coming under the Honorable Niagara Spidolly, now the Minister of Education. And what had happened, that had started in the height of the pandemic. And we know there was a change in ministerial posts and stuff like that. And it now falls under the remit of the Honorable Shamfa Kojo Lewis, Member for Parliament for Tobago West. So that started in 2019 in the height of the pandemic. And I want to commend the minister for continuing that program, because she saw the importance of it, because what it aims to do is treat with growing your own food, contributing to food security, contributing to eating healthy, but at the community level, at the home level. So it's a call from the community standpoint, from the community level, to get the persons at the home level to get involved in growing your own food. So it's a community and kitchen garden competition that encourages persons throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago to grow what you eat what you grow, which is our slogan. You know, all contributing to the overall picture of achieving or doing our part to food security, food safety, food sovereignty.
All right. And do you guys have any type of partnerships with the Division of Food Security here? Because I know they have the home gardening initiative within the division. So are you working with them to reach out to persons who are already a part of that home gardening initiative?
Well, it's open up nationally. We actually partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture. So the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries is on board doing a lot of the educational aspect of this stuff, because we know this competition isn't geared towards seasonal farmers, isn't geared to registered farmers. So the persons getting involved would need some level of training. So we've partnered with the Ministry of Agriculture to assist in the educational promotions, sharing all of their extension and training services to the registrants, and stuff like specifically to the Division of Food Security. We haven't had that conversation just yet, because as you said, we know that they have their home gardening is competition that's going. But we're hoping to, so that's why I'm actually here, to promote the Tobago aspect of it and encourage persons in the Tobago space to be on board and get involved. So it's really open for everyone to really chime in and be a part of the process.
Okay. So are you maybe planning to collaborate with them for the competition in terms,
In,
because they have I believe, a registry of
right,
all the
and
home gardeners here in Tobago. So I think that makes your job, especially when it comes to marketing, a lot easier
easier. So
when you can
definitely,
directly target the
definitely,
persons who already have a home garden.
any collaboration that could allow us to get maximum reach with this program, it definitely is open and is encouraged to engage in those partnerships. So that's something I definitely look forward to. And as you said, it definitely would make my task a bit easier in getting all those persons to be a part of the competition this time around.
All right, tell us about some of the prizes that we can expect from this.
So what we have over $1 million in prize to be distributed, but it's obviously it's split across all the different categories. And the categories that we have, you have small, medium, large, aquaponics, hydroponics, and community-based groups. So those are the main 6 categories that anyone could enter for. And apart from those 6 main categories, you have special prizes, and you have about 9 special prizes that focuses on from best female garden, most innovative garden, the best youth garden, and a lot of other special prizes that persons whoever enter would be considered for. But you have to enter through one of the main competitions and then be given consideration for those special prizes. So it's distributed across groups that enter, because we want to encourage. That was a aspect of the program that wasn't there in the previous years. So the groups that enter can get over $30,000 in prizes. So we're encouraging community-based groups to enter. Whatever group you're a part of, you can enter and get some of those prizes. I think from the small category, we're looking at first prize being something like $8,000 and second, third, and so forth. So it's distributed across all of these areas, as I highlighted. So when you do it collectively, you see it's over $1 million in prizes to be won.
Okay, excellent. So explain to us, is it that you are looking for persons who already have a home garden to enter the competition, or are you now opening it up for people to start a home garden and enter the competition?
Yeah, it's actually opening up for persons to start. So if you already have your own home gardening going, that's good. But what we're doing, we're having a baseline, a benchmark that can allow everybody to start at the same time. So the registration is open for persons to enter and starting fresh, because we don't want somebody to have an advantage, because in terms of they would have started planting and they're probably ahead. So all the crops that are planted, and you have over 10, we're looking at 2 main groups of crops. So you have short-term crops that can be planted and medium-term crops. Once you enter the competition, you have to plant 3 from each of those categories that I just highlighted. And those are the crops that you'll be measured on, you'll be evaluated on in terms of the judging and all of that. So if you're accustomed doing your home gardening, we encourage you. But it's not going to be a situation where I already have a home garden and I'm already advancing the process and you enter as for that competition. You have to start with the base of planting the products or the produce that we actually have on the list, and that is where it starts. So even it's looking for new persons as well as persons who are accustomed planting their own community garden.
Right. So what if I am a person who already has some of the things on the list in my garden? Am I supposed to cut them down and grow them over?
No, definitely not. But what and that's some persons actually ask that, but you have to be. We can't evaluate you on what, and we would know because you have a deadline. You have a deadline to upload, and a lot of the evaluation is going to be done through video uploads, because we're aiming for over 200 and something participants. We're up to about 150 thus far. And we can't traverse throughout the island, the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, visiting all. We'll definitely visit a few. So we'll evaluate you based on uploads. So your first video upload is actually going to be when you just transplanted the seedlings. So if you do have growing stuff, no, that's fine, but you'll be evaluated based on what you would have planted, based on what we have, because there is a set amount or specificity in the crops that you have to grow, right? So you won't be advantageous in terms of having established something already and be evaluated on that.
All right. And tell us, what are some of the criteria for entry?
So there is no age limit. The only barrier to criteria barrier is you can't be a registered farmer because it's not for professional farmers, or you can't be involved in the professional field of agriculture, because it's, yeah, again, it's for home gardeners, it's for persons who trying their hand. It's to encourage. So the persons who are professional, unfortunately, you won't be considered. And if you have your farmer's badge, you're not eligible to enter. That's the only limitations. So it's open for anyone.
So tell us, what is the registration process like?
So once you visit the Ministry of Community Development and Sports, and you go to the Facebook page, you would see the Grow It Yourself flyer there. You could actually go to the URL on it and click on it, and it carries you to the web page, the GII web page, where you register. You putting the information, and once you fill out that form, you automatically become registered, and after that, you'll be added to a group that we communicate with all the registrants to keep them updated with what is happening. They can ask their questions and so forth. So just visit the Ministry of Sports and Community Development website, or visit their Facebook page, and you would see the flyer there. Just click on it and log in, send in the information, and you're in as part of the competition.
And what about those members of the society that may be less tech savvy or not have as much access as others? How do we reach out to them?
So what we did when was it last week in Trinidad, we actually had a distribution, and we encouraged persons to come. So persons who came and wasn't able to do, we registered them online. We were aiming to do that in Tobago actually today, but our unfortunate situation yesterday just threw everything off and threw this, because this interview was actually carded for yesterday. So we were going to encourage persons to come out today, and we would have registered you online and all of that, but that got messed up. So in the in the interim, you would have to ask one of those persons who aren't tech savvy, ask your grandchild, or someone who is much more capable, but it's very simple and straightforward. If it allows us to be able to offer that aspect that we wanted to do before the registration period closes, we're definitely going to consider being available and accessible to allow for smooth and easy registration.
And where are you guys located in Tobago for persons who want to come in and get more information?
So you have to reach out to the Ministry of Sports and Community Development. You can call. We don't have a base in Tobago, really, in terms of our office space, but once you call the ministry, you will get onto any one of the persons that can give you the information, and they'll guide you accordingly, because we have a whole communications department that treats with that. Outside of that, persons could reach out to me directly as the program lead, because I would have helped a lot of persons reach out to me, and I encourage them and guide them accordingly. So you could reach out to me at 723-2304, and any information you need, any query, if you want to get registered, I assist in that regard. I'm open to that, because we're all trying to encourage persons to be a part of the program and be available to register.
Okay, excellent. And guys, you see it there, over $1 million in prizes. We have the small kitchen garden, medium kitchen garden, large kitchen gardens, and a number of other categories, right? So be sure to be a part of that. If you have a space in your yard and you're looking to do something with it, or this is a great motivation for you to actually get started.
Yes, let's see.
That thing that you've been procrastinating on, now there's a monetary prize attached to you actually getting it done. So many people are interested in actually growing their food. So let's do it. As the program says, grow it yourself. This is the Grow It Yourself Challenge. And again, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Roberts, for coming in this morning. He is the project lead again. The project lead officer at the Ministry of Sport and Community Development.
And the flyer I just saw, that is actually the older flyer, because deadlines for registration closes on Friday the 5th, because registration has been extended. So if you saw the 12th, that's the original date. it was extended to the 5th of
Of
this
July.
month of July. So
Okay.
take note of that, right?
All right, so you heard it here. So you have until the 5th of July to be a part of this amazing initiative by the Ministry of Sport and Community Development. And your minister is a Tobagonian, so most likely, a lot of
So
Tobagonians
that's why
should
we
come out and
here.
be a part and engage with this program. And again, I hope that there is some level of collaboration with the Division of Food Security,
Definitely.
as they also have a similar initiative, and persons who are already highly interested and engaged with home
Could
gardening.
transition quite comfortably into this program. And let me just throw this out there for those persons who are interested, who are hearing me this morning. If you register between today and tomorrow, and I will know because we have the website to see. I'm encouraging you. I'm making myself available for you, because what today was really supposed to be, we were supposed to be actually downstairs outside the Port Mall doing quite a number of big hype on the program, giving out seedlings to persons who would have registered, giving out agro supplies to start agro supplies so that you get a good start. And because of what transpired yesterday, that got messed up. So I am here, I'm available. You can reach me at 723-2304. And persons who register between now and by 10 a.m. tomorrow, reach out to me and I will get onto you some starter seedlings, so that's free. And I'll actually get onto you some agro supplies to help you to start, to ensure, because this weather is a bit challenging to grow, as I'm a professional person myself. So we're giving you the best possible chance of succeeding. So just reach out to me once you've registered and I will ensure that you get those supplies, right? That's for those of you who register between now and by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Now and 10 a.m. tomorrow. You heard it here, guys. And that's a commitment that has been given to us by Maxslon Roberts. So again, we want to thank you for joining us this morning, Mr. Roberts. And we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back right after this. See you soon, guys.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning.